I have a response. I will deal 4 damage. Well, actually, hang on. I need to...
Cascade.
Well, actually, it's not a response, because response means it's still on the stack. You see, it would be after it resolves.
I feel like I got a hole in my brain.
Oh, the technicalities.
That's a Heywoah win right there.
All right, that's not really it didn't feel like a win.
Oh, you're a big winner.
Winning at this game like legit feels bad.
Why don't you go ahead and start us off, winner?
All right.
You big man.
Big man, win the game.
All right, I'll be drawing Endless Whispers. Each creature has, when this creature is put into a graveyard from play, choose target opponent. That player puts this creature card from that graveyard into play under his or her control at the end of turn.
Oh, that's fun.
So this is a delayed trigger. All right, I'll play Endless Whispers past the turn, and I'll switch hats.
Oh.
I don't have like a...
hat switching is in first main phase.
T.O., is hat switching at instant speed, or is it a triggered ability?
Oof.
I'm triggered.
I don't ever move at instant speed, all right? This is a sorcery.
All right.
I wish I had one of those green, like, money counter hats, you know, for the betting rings.
Oh, that would be good. You gotta get
I was mostly redeeming that to try and cheat and distract you.
I will draw Coastal Piracy. I will cast Coastal Piracy in my main phase. Whenever a creature you control deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card.
Imagine swinging for damage in this game.
And that
apparently it does happen, but you have to have some advanced players to have creatures in play for a while and like actually swing with them.
The worst part about this game is it's like, imagine if you use this power to be a lawyer or a doctor or something.
Yeah, really.
You know, some sort of useful thing for society. Nope.
No.
I drew Harvester of Souls.
Red
4 and 2 black. I will cast him in my main phase.
All right, I will draw. It's a Merchant of Secrets. When Merchant of Secret comes into play, draw a card. My main phase, I will play Merchant of Secrets. And then I will draw a card. Mirror Golem. Comes into play, you may remove target card in a graveyard from the game. Mirror Goblin is protection from Golem is protection from each of the imprinted card types. So then I will play Mirror Golem.
Correct.
There are no cards in the graveyard to imprint.
Yeah, lucky.
Lucky me. That resolves my duty, and I will hit end turn.
His watch has ended.
This is what paranoia feels like.
Yeah.
This is
I will draw Seizan, the Perverter of Truth.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
From original Kamigawa. He's a 6/5 for 5. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses 2 life and draws 2 cards. Uh-oh.
Big Nekusar wound reflection tech right there.
All right, I will, on my main phase, I'll be playing Seizan, Perverter of Truth. And then
Everybody enjoy that card draw, gentlemen.
I'll pass the turn. Enjoy the card draw. Oh yeah, I'll like actually pass the turn by clicking the button. How about?
Okay, I will untap. At the beginning of my upkeep, I will lose 2 life and draw 2 cards. I drew Chrono Savant and Dregscape Zombie.
CJ just drew the best card in the game.
Jesus Christ. I will play Chrono Savant.
Yeah, that is like the best card in the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What?
I lost.
Oh.
I lose.
What happened?
Because
Did you
I
not
played
draw your
Cronus
card
and
for
won.
turn?
Oh, you
draw
didn't
my
do
card for
draw
turn.
step. Oh no.
Damn, I was looking forward to skipping my next turn. Okay.
Damn it. Might be. I got too excited reading.
Got a little bothered.
You know, this stream wasn't nerdy enough, and then someone said the phrase, I got too excited reading.
Right?
And
I
this is
will
where we're at.
lose 2 life.
Oh, we got storm cards, we got vanishing, okay.
Okay. Is there a graveyard? There is not. So then I will go to my draw.
I think in the future, we should, instead of playing proper multiplayer rules where we exile, I think we should put all of their stuff in the graveyard so that there's a big old graveyard to make it even harder.
That's a good idea.
I think in
I would
future we
rather
should.
die.
In future we might amend the rules
You'd
to
rather
do
keep
that.
losing.
Okay, so I will play Outcome Refuge. It enters tapped, and I will lose 1 life.
You will gain 1 life. In fact.
Oh, I misread. I will play Deadwood Treefolk. I do not have any creatures in my graveyard, but I need a counter, of which it has 3. At the beginning of my upkeep, I'll remove a time counter from it. When the last one is removed, sacrifice it.
Didn't we pass upkeep
What?
with the draw step?
Yeah.
Yeah, he drew it. He drew it the draw step. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if he removes a counter at the beginning of his upkeep.
It hasn't removed any yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't
You're
on the battlefield
reading
yet.
it.
Since I
Okay.
have
I thought
played
you were in the process of removing it.
Reading
No.
the card tells you what the
Yeah,
card does.
There's a
I was
lot of
just
things
keeping-
that are going to happen when something dies here. So it's
And
dumb.
for his hubris,
Big Hubies.
I will declare attackers, and I'm attacking SJ.
I will, of course, block with everything.
Okay. I will choose for combat damage to be allocated to Mirror Golem.
Okay.
Mirror Golem has died. I may draw a card.
Also, what is this? Oh wait, I guess you have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that, even though it's my card.
Yeah, because those creatures have it.
Yeah, and so it's on his, and
Right.
so he has to worry about it.
Yeah, so I'm halfway through reading this paragraph here. Choose target opponent. I choose Jupes
Okay.
to do Endless Whispers.
Okay, so I will do that at the end of turn. I do have something to do first, though,
Oh,
since we are
True.
sharing a graveyard.
true though.
Cast Reaping the Graves.
Oh, and he even did it with the draw on the stack. Well done. Avoided losing.
Oof.
Turn creature card from my hand. This goes into my hand. I may draw a card, so I will.
Okay, you've technically lost. Because this card
Yeah,
has Storm, when you play it, you copy it for each spell that has been played previously this turn. And even though there's only one target, you would copy it that many times and all have the same target.
Mm.
Very close.
I no
Fucking
longer
stop.
like Magic the Gathering.
I'm selling my cards at sjrk.com.
And there is a delayed trigger, but that is also exiled.
Whew.
I got
Alright.
distracted by the praise.
Pass
It was
the rock.
the praise was earned.
All right, I will go. So untap upkeep. Oh no, we're not at upkeep. We're at the beginning of upkeep. There we go. We're gonna lose 2 life. Draw 2 cards. I drew Grim Harvest and Rule of Law. I do not have a valid target for Grim Harvest.
Yeah, we gotta have dead player stuff go in the graveyard.
Yes.
I'm
So
okay
I
with
will not be casting it. On my draw step, I will be drawing a card. Which is the Spear of Heliod. All right, so during my main phase, I'm going to do everyone a favor and play Rule of Law.
Okay.
Each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. Well, wouldn't you know it, I've cast a spell. So all I got to do now is combat phase. Attack with Merchant of Secrets at Heywoah.
I will block.
Merchant of Secrets will, of course, get exploded. And then I will choose you for Endless Whispers.
All right.
Because I refuse to read that card.
Okay, fair enough. Are you done with your turn?
I will be done with my turn.
All right, at the end of turn, I'll be...
Haven't you lost?
I played a spell. One can't cast more than one.
I forgot
So
about rule.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Haha.
I have forgotten. It is I who is the loser.
This is the most
still-
OP card in the game.
Still at end of turn, I'll be drawing a card because Merchant of Secrets.
Of course.
And it's Ray of Revelation, destroy target
No!
enchantment.
Target the Endless Whisper.
And so also still, again at end of turn, I'll be destroying Rule of Law.
Damn.
And then I'll be flashing back Ray of Revelation to destroy Endless Whispers.
I don't miss.
And then my turn. Beginning of my upkeep. Draw 2, lose 2.
Okay, so your turn has started now?
Yeah.
Okay, SJ, you didn't reset your life.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
It's
WA for
over.
Heywoah.
The gamers.
I mean, Heywoah has 18 life for some reason.
Well, because
That's because I was resolving
Just took
Cezanne.
2.
he was resolving Cezanne.
Oh, that's true.
All right, we're ramping.
All right,
we're ramping now. It's time to ramp.
It's
When a
time to
player
ramp,
when a
but
player loses the game, all their shit goes in the graveyard.
Rampant.
And the
We're-
2 best cards in the game have already gone through skip turn and one spell
Yeah.
per turn.
I don't think there's a Chronotog in here, so
Jupes, you in on this one?
Oh yeah. How many cards were in the starting deck?
305.
300 and something.
Ugh.
We don't have to be here for 8 hours.
But we can.
Yeah,
And we
can.
will.
You will.
I got that dog in me.
All right, I'll draw a card. It's Lightning Coils.
What new nightmare?
Whenever a non-token creature you control is put into a graveyard from play, put a charge counter on Lightning Coils at the beginning of your upkeep if Lightning Coils has 5 or more charge counters on it. Remove all of them from it, and put that many 3/1 red elemental creature tokens with haste into play, remove them from the game. At end of turn, I'll cast this.
Elementals.
Man, that's a bad artifact.
It is.
It makes elementals. I don't know
It's
if
got-
you're reading what I'm reading.
It's not terrible. That's why. It's
the
just bad.
the thought process of the card is pretend back in the olden days and you're playing against a control deck. And you have all these creatures and you know they're going to Wrath of God and then they're going to stabilize and end up winning. Well, you play Lightning Coils, and if they Wrath, then you get 1,000,000 3/1s on your next turn and kill them.
Back when
That's
a,
the thought
a 3/3
process.
for a 3/3 for 2 was overpowered.
Yeah.
The little token thing is blocking most of the bottom left, so I just see snotty.
Yeah. Brian Snotty.
Alright, untap, upkeep. I will draw. I have drawn Master of Cruelties.
Oh, hell yeah.
I will cast Master of Cruelties in my main phase. He cannot attack because he does not have haste, so I will move through the steps of my turn and end my turn.
Interesting.
He's got such a tiny spear.
He's cruel.
That is a really tiny spear.
Oh, good.
Yes!
Knowledge Pool. Imprint. When Knowledge Pool enters the battlefield, each player exiles the top 3 cards of his or her library. Whenever a player casts a spell from her hand, that player exiles it. If the player does, he or she may cast another non-land card exiled with Knowledge Pool without paying the mana cost.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine spending mana.
I will play Knowledge Pool. It has entered the battlefield. I assume I have priority because it is each player.
Yeah, and
Sure
it's your
do.
turn.
I will exile.
We'll do the
I'm going to use
exiles.
mine
Yeah.
Yeah.
just to... Okay.
All right, then I will do that as well.
Makeshift Mannequin, Advice of the Fae, and Baton of Morale. Target creature gains banding until end of
Yes!
turn.
Hell yeah,
oh,
brother.
No.
I have lost.
This is a banding household.
We band together.
The horsemanship house.
Oh! You can't make that joke anymore. They printed
wheel
it
and
in
deal. Yes. Let's go.
Any number of target opponents each discard their hand and draw some cards. What is this? Pro Black Shadow and Mnemonic Wall. I'm putting these here, but they're just in. This is an exile, just so
Yeah.
everyone can see them.
Johnny Mnemonic
exile
Wall.
Johnny
Delay.
Mnemonic, yeah.
I will exile Sun Web, and I will exile Water Spout Elemental. Look, he's the Chad guy.
I have this card somewhere in my house.
Oh, skip your
Gross.
next turn detected. Okay, all right.
big.
OP.
Right?
All right, that should be it.
Okay. I have nothing else to do. I cannot cast. Well,
Mhm.
I cannot currently cast any of my Knowledge Pool exiled cards.
Right.
So I will pass the turn.
Good. Make me be the first one to do this garbage. I'm going to draw a card. It is a Salvage Titan. You may sack 3 artifacts rather than pay its cost. Remove 3 artifact cards in your graveyard from the game. Return Salvage Titan from your graveyard to your hand.
That's going to cause someone to... If there's like 20
That's-
cards in the graveyard, someone's going to lose
Yeah.
by forgetting that.
Okay, then I will cast Salvage Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And if I RRC correctly, casts a spell from his or her hand, that player exiles it.
True.
If player does, he or she cast another non-land card exiled with Knowledge Pool without paying the mana cost. I will play... I will play Baton of Morale.
Oh, we're banding.
We're banding. And then I will spin the 2. And Master of Cruelties gains banding until end of turn.
Yes.
All right.
And then I will move to my end step and pass.
All right, upkeep.
Can't believe I survived that.
Upkeep. Lightning Coils does not have 5 or more charge counters on it. Draw. Skull Mulcher. It has Devour 1. When Skull Mulcher enters the battlefield, draw a card for each creature it devoured.
Mr. Woe, would you like a counter for Lightning Coils?
No, but I would like for you to lose the game right now.
Oh.
Oh.
No. I mean like a counter for to
Oh, yeah.
denote how many charge counters, not like make a charge counter.
Okay.
There you go, buddy.
The Baton of Morale should have been activated.
Oh, yes.
Oh, now it's in the
Damn.
graveyard. Uh-oh. All right.
Now there's some stuff to cook with.
Banding lose. Good catch, Kahi. That wasn't me. That was
That
Chad.
was a good catch. Great catch, Chad. Banding should lose always.
Yeah. I will.
Yeah, whale.
I will attempt to cast Skull Mulcher. It will be exiled. And now I get to cast any of all of these. What do I want?
Wheel and deal.
The
let's
choices are
see.
yours.
I'm so happy I'm dead.
I wish I was dead.
Hey, here, since I'm already lost, my cards in exile from Knowledge Pool should go into exile, correct? Or should they
Or
go into
exile.
graveyard?
I think cards
They're
that
already
you.
exiled.
I think cards that are exiled just stay exiled, right?
Okay, just.
They're
I've already
probably
lost-
no longer
I've lost twice.
imprinted. They're probably no longer imprinted, but they are still exiled, I guess.
Gotcha.
I'm going to cast Waterspout Elemental because that's the best card.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to cast it with Kicker.
Oh my god.
It has flying. When it enters the battlefield, if you paid the Kicker cost, I did. Trigger. Return all other creatures to their owner's hands, and I skip my next turn.
Protection.
Hell yeah, brother.
I will return my creature to my hand.
No Master of Cruelties this time.
Oh yeah, I guess I could have just picked any imprinted card.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did not see that part of it. That makes it funny.
I'll
I
pass.
should have wheeled and deal.
The
I
wheeling
will-
and dealing?
Untap, upkeep,
For
draw. I will draw a unstable Hulk. Oh. Alright, I will cast Master of Cruelties. When I do, I will exile it. And I will cast for free without paying its mana cost. Wheel and deal.
Oh, we're wheeling.
CJ, I was gonna do that.
Any number of target opponents
Oh,
each discard his or her hand and draw 7 cards. Draw a
Well,
card.
any number can be 0. I don't.
It
Just
sure
throwing out
can
that
be.
trivia there. That's some
instead it's
trivia.
gonna be 2.
I will select 2 opponents,
Okay.
Jupes and Heywoah.
All right. I'm gonna start moving my permanents over because I'm gonna have a hand here. You can go first, Jupes. In turn order, I guess. Damn, the wheel. Oh, I guess technically he does get to draw a card at the end of it. So it's not.
Yeah,
it's not all bad.
That's a little bit for everybody.
For knowledge, is it a shared card pool? It's a shared card pool. Yeah, it's in print. Each player exiles the top 3 cards of their library, and
What do we
then
got?
you
Damn.
get to cast a card exiled with knowledge pool, not necessarily one that you have exiled with knowledge pool.
Alright, I got a couple of things to do.
Well, we gotta finish resolving this card first before any priority is happening. So I'll draw
Do we?
7 as well. Yeah, you have to fully resolve a card before
Yeah.
unless there's like some trigger that goes on the stack or something, but it wouldn't even go on the stack until
Some sweet-
That was
basically
more of a
check.
reminder for myself.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, you got
no
some
problem.
shit to do.
Triggered.
Triggered.
Would split second sneak in there?
No.
No, because you don't have priority.
Yeah.
All right, I've drawn 7.
I will draw 1.
I don't have
Hey.
priority in my comfy seat in hell.
Oh, yeah. I will draw an card. The card I have drawn is Ann Mulder Slug.
Oh, the slug.
Hey, sluggin'.
Okay.
This card now enters the graveyard.
True. And now everyone, I gotta look at a whole bunch of cards. All right. Oh, okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are there any
Yeah.
creatures on the battlefield currently? Oh no, I guess that's player or creature. Good. Fun for me. I will cast Ghostfire at CJ. Take 3 damage.
You cast a spell, you should exile it.
Oh no.
Oh.
And that's it.
Thank God.
Yeah. Get me out. All right. I was going to respond to that, but a player has lost the game, which is something that just happens. So
You got anything to do, Mr. Will?
CGO Busta, you have priority right now.
I do.
Was that a question, CJ?
Which one of these godless fucking cards should I play? All right, I'm gonna play the one that doesn't make my head hurt first. I will play Molder Slug.
I have a response.
All right.
Sure does.
But also, it'll be responding to the Molder Slug right here.
Okay.
First response is Illusory Ambusher.
Oh my god.
Gonna put her on the stack real quick. Responding to myself with Perilous Research. Putting that on the stack above. And then Perilous Research resolves. I'm going to draw 2 cards and then sacrifice a permanent. So here's the first card. It's Rush of Knowledge. And the second card is Silent Departure.
That's me playing this game.
And then, yeah. Silent Departure is what you do when you don't want to play anymore. I'm going to sacrifice a permanent, and that permanent is Water Spout Elemental.
Not the elemental.
And then Perilous Research is finished resolving. And then Illusory Ambusher comes out. Oh, I tried to press 1. Oh, okay, there's just a delay. I see.
Yeah, just a minor delay.
And now these cards are just in my hand. You can continue with your thing. I don't have a response.
Okay. I'm gonna pay 3.
Yeah, he did draw from Wheel and Deal, Dominic.
Was the elemental you've had on the field earlier before Lightning Coils was on or after?
What do you mean?
Elemental.
The water spout.
The water spout? Yeah, the water spout was after.
Okay.
Because Lightning Coils was the first card he played.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Unstable Hulk. I don't even know how Morph works normally.
That's fine. You can cast it or morph it. It's your choice.
Any more? Okay, yeah, you got no responses. You already respond to plenty.
You've done enough.
And I can't attack. Neither of these have haste. I'll move through the steps of my turn.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
This is almost unfair, but I just barely caught it.
Damn.
So in the graveyard, we have an Unburial Rites, which needs to be flashed back to resolve something.
Oh my god. This just keep falling down the stages of hell.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Damn.
All right, so maybe we have the graveyard spread out a little bit somewhere.
Yeah, you know, keeping it in a pile way over here, that one, it's an unfair game, but it feels even more unfair. Like, I wonder how we want to do that in the future.
Let's put the graveyard in the red zone here.
Yeah.
Red can
There's
be
like
graveyard.
there should be like a spread out graveyard zone maybe or something.
Hit that big old spread button. But that goes away because you have won the game.
This is the game where it feels bad to win.
Yeah, I'm always slightly relieved when I lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, cartoons told me to bully people who were good at this.
Speaking of, start us off. You big winner, you.
You big winner. Guys, only 200 left.
Alright, dominate. Gain control of target creature with converted mana cost X or less. Alright. I won't. You can go.
Epic. Untap, upkeep, draw. Staff of Nin.
Yo, Staff of 9-inch Nails, let's go.
Oh, draw more cards, thank God. I will cast it in my main phase. Beginning of my upkeep, draw a card. I will tap Staff of Nin and deal 1 damage to Heywoah.
I will take 1.
Is there a graveyard trigger I'm missing? Okay, I don't think so yet. All right.
A hidden graveyard, yeah.
Move through the steps, and I will end my turn.
Oh, my turn again already?
Mom lets you have 2 turns?
I will draw Chainer's Edict. Uninteresting fact, I have read the MTG books where he is a character.
Oh, yeah?
Huge.
They are bad.
Uninteresting fact, I have played Chainer's Edict in a Legacy tournament.
Oh my god.
Damn.
The one time I brought Trainwrecks to an event, and then never again.
Does anybody have a creature? No. So I will go through my
Oh, no.
No.
So, it's target player sacrifices a creature, not target creature. And so you can target a player, and even if they don't have a creature, the spell still would then resolve.
Hmm.
And it has a flashback.
Damn.
Which is important for you, I guess, CJ.
Yeah.
Or SJ Arcade.
Yeah,
Alright,
SJ.
so upkeep, draw.
Help me.
It is an undead alchemist. During my main phase, I will flashback this thing, targeting Mr. Woe.
Tio, there is no card called this thing.
Chainer's Edict.
So,
Mr.
technically,
Woe.
you can describe the card in enough detail.
Oh,
You don't have
damn.
to actually use its name. You can describe it so that it is the only obvious card that fits that description.
Is this
or you
the
can
old
mark it.
Berberigmos
Berberigmos
enraged?
Yeah, this is,
Enraged.
and that rule came about, I believe, because of Borborygmos. Yeah,
And then it
I will be
resolves,
sacrificing a creature.
and it will exile.
I cannot sacrifice a creature, but I'll try.
And then I will play Undead Alchemist. Zombie control will deal damage to a player. Instead, that player puts that many cards from the top of his or her library into the graveyard.
Uh-oh.
Whenever a creature card is put into the opponent's graveyard from his or her library, exile that card and put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. I will go to end step.
No. Once it's in
No?
play, I will be...
Oh,
Oh,
gotcha.
I can't. X has to be 3 because we have infinite mana.
right.
Damn.
Yeah, so I guess I can't dominate it. I was going to.
No domination.
No
for you, sir.
domination.
Dominateless.
End turn pass.
Urge to feed. Hey, my army has entered the chat. All right. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. You may tap any number of untapped vampire creatures you control. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on each of those vampires. While still in draw step. I'm gonna.
That's actually not a terrible card.
It's
That's
not
pretty fun.
terrible. You know, -3/-3 for 2 instant. Okay.
And
I'm
then
gonna,
some
I'm
sweet
gonna do
counters.
it. I'm gonna do it to Undead Alchemist.
All right. State check. He is destroyed.
I may tap any number of untapped vampire creatures I control. I will not. Or I will and it's 0, whichever. The creature goes on first, and then it's the...
No, we're already breaking our own rules here. Put these over in the red zone.
Oh, yeah, yeah, the
There we go.
The
Card
flashback
shield.
zone.
maybe what do you think about the middle here, just so everyone can see it easily?
Sure.
So it's on
I
screen all
don't
the
mind
time.
the middle.
Pass turn.
What flavor of torture would you like?
Untap in response. So it is untapped. I will at instant speed. I will tap it and deal 1 damage to SJ. beginning of my upkeep, I will draw a card.
So players don't get priority in the untap step.
Oh, do they not?
They do not.
Oh.
Why don't you check your rule book, CJ?
I can't. I'm fucking playing the game. Well, then I
Close, but
broke
no
the rule
cigar.
before I drew. Oh, I haven't looked at the card yet, so that goes back. And I'll put this in the grave zone.
The grave.
The
Put me in the grave
zone.
zone, please. Untap, upkeep, draw.
There is no god, only the grave zone.
Yeah. Your Triad of Fates. It's got a bunch of different fun-looking tap abilities.
Mm-hmm.
I will, in my main phase, play Triad of Fates.
Sounds
and
good.
it does not have the hasties, so I will end step past turn.
All right. I will draw Lavinia of the 10th. Pro red. When she enters the battlefield, detain each non-land permanent your opponent's control with converted mana cost 4 or less.
Oh, detain.
All right, so main phase. I'm playing Lavinia. When she enters, I will detain all legal targets, which is Triad of Fates, because he's exactly 4. He is detained.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And we're done here. Past turn.
Right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Conjured Currency. It's an enchantment. All right. I will go to main phase because Triad is, of course, detained, so she's chilling.
Cannot be activated. Correct.
Yeah. Play this. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exchange control of Conjured Currency and target permanent you neither own nor control.
All right.
Interesting. Hopefully my upkeep is far behind me. I cannot attack because of detain.
Yep.
End step, pass turn.
All right. Upkeep, draw. That's the
Oop.
entire library. All right. Melek Izzet Paragon. 2/4 for 6. Play with the top card of your library revealed.
Huge.
You may cast instant and sorcery spells from the top of your library. Oh no.
Let's go.
Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your library, copy it. You may oh dear. All right.
Yes.
Fellas,
Yes.
it's been good. It's been real.
I flipped that card, baby.
Main phase, I'm going to play Melek. Enters the battlefield, we'll play with the top card revealed.
Oh,
It is
lucky.
Samurai the Pale Curtain. Bushido. Oh, is she fine, though?
Damn.
If a permanent would be
looking
put into a graveyard, remove it from the game instead. Okay. Oh, you're right, Kahi. Oh, no. No longer detained?
Oh, it's true. I'm not detained. Yeah. That's a win.
All right.
Big winner.
I felt like Melek was going to get me, but there was a creature on top and also
Ooh.
that one thing.
When you're right, you're right.
And I never even had to cast the control thing. It was going to have to be like on top.
It's just
my
straight
own
up
guy.
PGA Tour rules where some 90-year-old man's calling in. That was an incorrect drop on that par 3.
This feels like if the card top guys were doing brain surgery. I don't know why.
Hey, a rule is a rule is a rule. I'm going to draw Skull Clamp. Oh, hell yeah. This shit's sick.
Hell yeah.
Draw.
I love Skull Clamp. It's so bad. Main phase, I'll
Don't
cast
forget
it.
to flip your coin there, Jeeps.
Oh, did I not? Oh, new game already.
New game already. All right,
Help.
untap.
And help.
Draw. Haze of Rage.
Uh huh. That's right.
Oh, no. That's funny.
You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna cast it. Creatures I control. It doesn't require any targets, so I think I'm good. Creature I control have +1. They do. I will buy back for 2. So as it resolves, I will put it back in my hand.
What a lucky guy.
and no spells have been cast before it, so it doesn't storm. So I will simply do that, go back in my hand, and we'll keep moving.
I wonder, do you think storm triggers for 0?
Well, I was going to ask, does he have to continuously cast it and buy it back?
It's a sorcery, so it's only on my turn.
Right.
But yes.
We do share.
So buyback is an additional cost.
It's a you may.
Yeah, I may. Well, I did. I shall.
Does this actually break by the rules of the rules of
so
Judge
does that
Tower?
Mean he would then have to cast haste?
Does he have to cast this forever?
Again?
Oh yeah, that is true. Because
I think Judge Tower loses this game.
Judge Tower L.
Yeah.
Well, what you would do is not buy it, or no, you're forced to buy it back.
Yeah, you have to buy it back.
Yeah.
So I think you infinitely cast
storm
this
out the cards.
forever, and then the game state is a draw, and we move on. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Very interesting. I'm gonna put Haze of Rage in the exile. Because you'll
perfectly fair.
You'll like cast this forever according to goofy like Judge Tower rules as opposed to like real ones. So it's
chat quickly. Find a way. CJ lost.
Drawn Daybreak Ranger.
I think we can probably assume that since activated abilities must be used once per target, spells with buyback probably just once, following the same rules as activated abilities, just to not break the game.
Do we want to just like auto exile buybacks?
No, we'll just we'll say that as it pertains to buybacks, you just cast them once.
Gotcha.
All right. We'll go to my main phase.
In the future.
I will play Daybreak Ranger.
Yep.
At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform it. Spells were cast last turn, but it is not the upkeep. She doesn't have haste, so I'll pass.
Tap upkeep, draw. Jim Palm Strider is cycling. When you cycle, elf creatures get +2/+2 until end of turn. And during my main phase, I will cast Gemstone Strider.
You needed to cycle it during your draw step.
I needed to cycle it.
Yeah.
Okay. I will remember that for the next time I see cycle.
Damn.
I keep losing these coin tosses in my brain.
Chaos Sphere. Ooh, look at that art. Steve Luke. Creatures
That is
with
smart.
flying cannot block creatures without flying. Creatures without flying can block creatures with flying. Alright, well, if there's ever creatures out, we're going to have to reread that one, but I'll cast it. Oh, it is at the beginning of each upkeep, but the player lost the game.
I did technically cast Jim Palm Strider
No,
to...
you tried to cast it to lose.
Yes,
But
so
it
I
would
would say
still
I cast a
trigger.
spell.
I think that's a miss. That's a missed trigger.
That's a mistrigger? Alright.
Oh,
Jupes, you're out again,
This is
apparently.
triggered.
shit.
Oh no.
The wife of Mr. Trigger.
I wanted to see the werewolf.
Does it have
I
a back?
know
Does it
you
look
did.
like it? Oh no.
You have to hit 2 on there. There you go.
Oh, it looks cool.
Perfection.
Oh, and it
Oh,
can fight target
she's
creature?
red.
That would have been sick.
Oh.
Alright, I can't pass the turn actually. So
It's just gonna
might
pass
be.
the turn.
Might be Holmes.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Oh, yes.
Agenda. Play north.
how does
Alright.
how do we flip it back?
Here, I got you.
Oh yeah, there's this little moon on the top. If you click it, it'll flip it, and then you can click
okay.
the sun.
Cool.
Into the
Um,
graveyard.
let's see.
Or rather I suppose we were
There you
having
go.
the graveyard up
Yeah.
here just so we can see.
Okay, so I am going to cast Yawgmoth's Agenda.
The Yawgmoth agenda? God damn.
Tired of these motherfuckers pushing Yawgmoth's agenda.
Tired of this Yawgmoth agenda, ruining all my video games.
What's next? They're gonna ruin Vile Offerings too.
Yeah.
Ugh. I can only cast one spell per turn, so I cannot cast more spells from the now shared graveyard. So I will move on and
You
end
may
my
play
turn.
cards in your graveyard as though they were in your hand. If a card would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, removed from the game instead. Okay.
I know it's a great card for this.
For this particular game, now I have to remember that. I think,
Sure do.
in a sense. Well, we both do, really. It's
Yeah.
all right. Whoops. Draw. Temerant, the Murder King, the King of Murder.
Oh.
That king?
Sack another
That-
creature, do something. Sack another creature, do something. Cool. I only have to worry about this when I have another creature. Oh no, the second one is sacrifice a creature. Well,
But
no,
it
it's
has
return
to-
him from your graveyard to your
Yeah.
hand. So this is only to be used from the graveyard. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna play him.
Would it still force you to do that?
No,
because he has to be in the graveyard to have a target,
All right.
like to resolve correctly.
I'm gonna equip him with the Gull Clamp.
As you do. You want that card draw.
And I'm done.
Hmm.
He's a 3/1.
That's a very Murder King. Okay. Okay. I will untap, upkeep. I will draw. I have drawn Permeating Mass. I can play cards from my graveyard, and we share a graveyard.
Sure do.
So I got my. I'm gonna play the card that gives me the least headache.
You can't cycle with that, right? No.
No.
The oracle of the card is you may play lands and cast cards from the graveyard.
Okay. Well, and don't you have to? Doesn't cycling has to discard has to be from your hand?
Yeah.
I couldn't discard into a graveyard anyway.
Or you can cycle off the top of your deck, kind of thing.
Yeah. So I will cast Permeating Mass. I cannot cast any more spells, and this does not have haste.
Whenever Permeating Mass deals combat damage to a creature, that creature becomes a copy of Permeating Mass. Oh, he be permeating.
So much fun.
This mass be permeating.
She permeating on my mass to like Yawgmoth's agenda. But that will be it.
Huh.
For me.
That's a sentence.
But isn't it funny to say a sentence no one has ever said before?
Yeah. Alright, draw step. Engulfing Flames deals 1 damage to target creature. It can't be regenerated this turn. With flashback. So in draw step, I will Engulfing Flames my own timer at Murder King, which will kill him because his current toughness is 1. I really shouldn't be doing this because drawing cards is bad in this format, but here we are.
But it's more funny this way.
So he will die. Skull Clamp trigger will go on the stack. And Engulfing Flames will enter the graveyard.
We have a shared graveyard.
Oh, and
you're
it
putting
gets
cards in
exiled, and I lose. So
Oh.
close.
CJ, big winner.
Oh.
Big winner.
You know what? Those Yawgmoths, they're pretty alright.
Yo, his agenda was to win the game, and he did.
He did it. His
CJ,
offering was
start us
wild.
off.
Yeah, it's
his-
your turn.
His
This will
gift
be
was a
my
Printer.
last.
No problem, Juice.
Alright. I will take a celebratory untap, upkeep, and draw. Drawing, I have priority, but there are no target creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't play it.
Sounds good.
Okay, good.
Cool.
And then I can't play it, so there's no target creature, so I will end my turn.
After this game, I have a special request game, and then I can set you all free, unless it's a hard out. If that's the case, then that's fine. But
I can stay for a special request.
If we're playing Commander, that's a good request.
Ooh, I don't know. Listen.
I have just been working and doing band stuff all day, and my brain is like...
And then
that is not the proper
this,
mind state to be in for this type of magic.
saving all of my brain cells for this game.
Alright, so I've drawn Underworld Dreams. Actually, cool art.
Mm-hmm.
Great 1-2 combo with Peer into the Abyss.
Yeah. It is in my main phase. I will cast it.
Pretty good with Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, very good.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever opponent draws a card, that player, or Underworld Dreams deals 1 damage to that player. I have no creatures, no attacking to do, etc., etc. I will pass.
Alright, I will untap, upkeep. I will draw a card. Oh, not the deck. Come on, baby. Draw a card. Take a damage from Underworld Dreams. Slaughter Pact.
Okay.
Destroy target non-black creature at the beginning of your next upkeep. Pay 3. If you don't, I lose the game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There happens to be no target non-black creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So then I will go to end step and pass.
Okay. All right. That took a little while, but all right. All right. I had this on stream. We did the full zoom in on the life.
It was a lag. You guys are low ping bastering me now.
I think Texas is getting a storm again.
Yeah, all this low ping is pissing me off.
I'll draw a card.
Has drawn a card. Take 1 damage.
I will. It is Airtie's Trickery.
Oh my god!
I read a book about this in the days. Counter target spell if a kicker cost was paid for it.
The silverest bullet.
What a silver bullet that is. This is not even a sideboard card.
Platinum silver
No,
bullet.
yeah, it is, dude. To the nail. Got him, right? Anyway.
Got him.
Got him.
I passed the turn.
Oh my God. All right.
Send your ever-flowing chalice back to hell where it came from.
So I untap, upkeep, draw. When I draw, I will be dealt a damage.
And he's so nice, he's resolving your triggers for you. What a nice guy.
Well, you know. Vanish into memory.
Man, whatever creature comes out is gonna get...
He's gonna get.
It's gonna be a rush. Exile target creature. There's no target creatures. I will not read the rest of this card yet.
You have drawn a card and taken a damage.
That's true.
Did you heal yourself, by the way? Yes, I did, as you can...
Proceed.
As you can see
Do
clearly.
I... Hold
But
up.
he did not pass the turn.
Neo Kevlar, do I lose for a different reason? With tie or something? Oh yeah, I gotta click this button. But
That's okay. That's not in the rule.
The button is not in the rule books.
Unfortunately.
WotC, in fact, hates TTS, I'm sure.
I only have cards in my hand that target creatures, and there are no creatures. I cannot do anything. I will end my turn after my turn before Jupe's turn. I will reset my life.
oh, you were saying that To the Nail's Entwine, not Kicker. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it is Entwine. It's like Kicker, but then again, every mechanic is Kicker, right? So
Everything is
mechanic.
kicker.
Everything is flying and kicker.
Draw a card. Gate to the Ether. The beginning of each player's upkeep, that player reveals the top card of his or her library. If it's an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land card, that player may put it into play.
okay,
Cool.
During my main phase, I will play it.
I have a response.
Alrighty.
I will cast Airtie's Trickery on it, which is a legal target, and then the resolution of it, counter it if a kicker cost was paid. No kicker cost was paid. And so Airtie's Trickery does not counter it. But I still have to
Huge.
cast it on
Technically
target
correct.
spell.
The
Look
best
at
kind of
big
correct.
The best
brain.
kind of correct.
Oh my god.
Wow, I would have hard lost for that.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of, untap at the beginning of upkeep. That player reveals the top card of library, artifact, creature, enchantment, land I may put into play. So let's see what I win. It's a creature.
Oh, Celestial Gatekeeper.
So I could put it into play.
Lucky you.
It is in play. I will target. So I will cast Guided Strike. So it gets all this stuff, and I will draw a card.
It's not my priority, is it? Before then, or no?
I guess it would be.
So yeah,
because I can't respond to it before it's out.
Technically, what happens? We could do this. All right. Celestial Gatekeeper has entered the battlefield. It's still
and then I would
priority.
Slaughter Pact it.
Right.
Right. And while Slaughter Pact is on the stack,
Yeah.
I would Guided Strike it.
Right.
And then while Guided Strike is on the stack, I would vanish into memory.
Yes. We did it.
Huge.
And then I draw cards equal to that creature's power. At the beginning of UI next upkeep, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If you do, discard cards equal to that creature's toughness. Its power is currently 2 because this would resolve before Guided Strike, and then Guided Strike would have no target.
So Bird is temporarily exiled.
It's temporarily exiled, and I draw 2 equal to its power. And the 2 that I draw are Urza's Blueprints and Thrashing Moss Dog.
Now here's a question for you. Guided Strike is on the stack. Its target just went away. Does it fizzle, or do you draw a card? Does it try to resolve as much as it can? Or not?
I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to go for broke. I'm going to say it fizzles.
I actually have no idea. I can't remember. I
feel
can't remember. We have to look it up.
Happens regardless.
A hush falls over
All
the
right.
crowd.
Anyone from chat want to be a big brain? I believe it's no legal targets fizzle.
In chat.
Kahi says no legal targets fizzle.
I believe that's right.
I believe in him.
All right, we're believing in Kahi. That's how it worked back in the day. I just don't know if there's been any
anyways
from it.
Here, all the graveyard goes up here.
Oh right, yeah.
I will go to my draw step now. And I drew Nihilith. I will suspend 7.
You drew a card and didn't take a damage.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Huge. Now I don't have to worry about Slaughter Pact anymore. Oop.
Mysteries of the Deep. Draw 2 cards. Landfall, if you had a land enter the battlefield under your control this turn. There's like 4 lands in the whole deck. That won't be happening. Draw 3 instead. Alright, still draw a step. I'm going to draw 2. Let's see. Fleeting Distraction. Target creature. Okay, no creatures.
Oh, that's true, CJ.
Yeah, you did
Yeah,
not
you did a
resolve
loss.
your Gate to the
Oh,
Ether.
no Gate to the Ether? Is Jupes here?
Chiefs is still here.
That was me. That was me that needed to know that.
There we go.
Damn.
Flip that coin, King.
We got it.
What do you have to do?
Mouse button. Click and mouse button.
Oh, you can just hit F on it.
Or F.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see.
All right. Untap. At the beginning of my upkeep, I will reveal the top card of my library. It is Nyx. It is not a artifact, creature, enchantment, or land, so it will not maybe put into play. I will unreveal it. I will draw. I will draw a card and take 1 damage.
There is a delayed trigger from Vanish into Memory at the beginning of the next upkeep.
Next upkeep.
Your next
At the beginning
upkeep.
of your next. Yeah. Shit.
What a delay!
Got him.
That's like a 3-turn delay on that delayed trigger.
Oh my god.
Jupes is the winner.
Yay!
Jubes on the board.
The
Did
big
I
wins.
drink NyQuil?
All right,
I feel like I did.
what's the special game you have?
All right, I don't know if I want to subject Jupes to this. He's had a long day, but the last game, proper Magic, 7-card opening hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in because man, I'll die so fast.
It will
Glutton
probably
for
be a
punishment.
very short game. I'm not
And
gonna
guess what?
lie.
Jubes gets to go first.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Good for me.
I'm only hearing good news. So, do we all draw 7 in a row first here?
Yeah.
All right.
Or what I can do
drew
is,
8. I lose.
did you draw 8?
No.
Oh,
And did you say there were 4 lands in this deck?
probably, maybe 4 or 5.
Okay, cool.
That's about how many CJ likes in his commander decks.
That's me, Jubes.
It's 35 minimum, not counting mana gems or whatever.
Cowardice. is
You
what
know, I
I'm
might
hearing.
take a mulligan.
Yeah, right.
Any serum powders in hands or ley lines?
I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan all the way down to 1 card.
Massive brain.
Oh, true. Everyone would just mulligan down to 0. True. Big brain.
All right, everybody has drawn. I should probably get out of my kitchen and remember that Heywoah was streaming and I'm not just hanging with the boys.
It's true.
Live
All right.
kitchen reaction.
Okay, I've got a couple things to do. First would be drawing a card for turn.
It would
so
not
CJ
be.
doesn't yell at me.
It would
Oh.
not be.
It would not be.
Yeah, because
'Cause
upkeep
upkeep
is
happens.
first, and if you have any
Ah,
instance...
it is.
Well, you might not have instance, in which case it's fine.
I surely do.
Okay, yeah,
you do. Oh, but it
well-
doesn't have a legal target.
Player, yeah.
Player.
Okay,
that
it's
one, sorry.
player.
I was looking at Gaze of the Gorgon.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Well,
I know a bunch
Speed
of...
run.
Hey,
I
a bunch of
wasn't
other people were
trying
waiting
to
for
lose
that, too.
quickly.
Yeah, there you go. Good games, Jukes. It was entertaining.
Thank you.
Does anyone else lose on his upkeep?
No, because we were waiting for him to pass priority, so we'll just do that on the next player's turn.
All right, so it's my upkeep.
It was not as miserable as I made it sound. That was actually pretty fun.
Oh, good. It's like a shared, enjoyable type of misery because
Yeah.
we've all
It's a
consented to
bonding
this.
experience.
Yeah. How different is this from like the way people play Magic, right? In
Insanely.
Commander or something.
There
Yeah.
is so much, like, you know, like the, hey, can I pay for that differently? Like, there's so many quality of life niceties.
Hmm.
I
that are
have an instant, but its targets are attacking creatures. I am going, and this is where I've got screwed up every time tonight.
We're gonna have
I'm
to use
going
priority and communication
gentlemen.
here, I think.
Yeah, so I'm going
Thank
to leave that alone. Is
There
there
would be-
any?
No valid targets.
Yes, so I'm going to go to draw step.
I have
Oh.
some plays in your upkeep.
All right, go ahead.
I'm just perusing your cards here real quick. Okay, there we go. The first thing is I'm going to ignite disorder. Any number of target white and or blue creatures? No, I can't do that. Hindering light, can't do that. Dude, I might not have a play. I might be safe as well on this upkeep. Target non-elf creature. Any number of target white and or blue creatures. I think any number
Any
Can be
number.
0.
can be
Why-
0.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do it and see if somebody says I lose.
Well, you can't divide by 0, but that's math, not magic.
Yeah.
Well, in the comprehensive rules, I bet divided as you
Deals
choose
3
can
damage.
be 3, 2, or 1, but probably not 0.
Among any number of target points.
Yeah.
That any number is where I get hung up.
Well, for me, it's the divided as you choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
like
choose
it
to do
has
3 damage to no creatures.
Well, but it's not. It's divided.
Yeah, Oracle
As you
text is
choose
1, 2,
among-
or 3. And so I
Oracle
think
text is 1, 2, or 3.
Oracle
Okay.
text is 1, 2, or 3.
and you can't
then
do
that-
1 damage to nothing.
Yeah.
So I believe I can't cast this.
I would
Alright.
say you can't cast it. If you pass the priority to me, I will cast Una's Grace, targeting myself. I will draw a card.
What a mistake.
I know. Oh right, yeah, share graveyard.
Oh, any flashback instance? Hold up.
True.
No.
Any things that work if they're in a graveyard?
Wait, at the end of... No, this is just to untap it.
Alright.
Whew, man. My brain cells are screaming.
Okay.
All right, we're all good with that?
I don't have anything that can be cast right now that has valid targets.
All right. Then I will draw. All that to draw a card.
All that to draw a card.
And now the fun begins. Let's start dumping stuff. Okay. So we will... we will play Stonehorn Dignitary,
Stonehorns.
selecting Heywoah to skip his next combat phase.
Stonehorn Dignitary?
I will play...
In response to targeting me with its enter the battlefield effect, I will choose 1 white creature to deal 3 damage divided as I choose, which is 3, to it.
Okay.
Which does not kill it.
Anything else that wants to be done? Are you passing priority, Heywoah?
No. I am not. I am destroying target non-elf creature.
All right.
I gotta look up the Oracle text on Shunt, I think. I don't know if I can I change the target of a spell to the same target, or does this mean it has to be a different target?
Hey, that's a good question. Do
That's
you
a great
actually
question.
have to change?
I'm going to change it to itself, kiddo.
That's a good question.
That is a big balls play, though.
Mhm.
Deflecting SWAT to same target. Get wrecked.
If a spell targets the same player multiple times, you can't target it with Shunt. Resolve the oscillator. Change not the original or new target. You can't make a spell which on the stack target itself.
Smooth Sigmar brain coming in, having no clue what's going on, and someone says Stonehorn. Yeah. Neurons activate.
Pick the new target. So multiple things to target. You can't. All the rulings I'm seeing on it only seem to talk about new target, not same target.
And the Oracle text doesn't say anything about, like, different target?
The Oracle text is change the target of target spell with a single target.
Oh, here we go. Ahem.
Oh, big a hems.
115.7a, my dude. And that, I'm not actually making that up. That's the literal. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If an effect allows a player to change the target parenthetical targets of a spell or ability, each target can be changed only to another legal target. Therefore,
Another is another.
Another is another.
Then
If
I
a
will
target
pass
can't be
priority.
changed to another legal target, the original target is unchanged, even if the original target is itself illegal by then.
All right, so this guy will die from your thing, your eye blight's ending.
Damn,
And
they actually had an
then-
answer to that deep within the core rules.
And then
hold on.
what?
We
It
got
dealt 3 damage. How
graveyard
did it-
order to work on here.
He played eye blight's ending. That destroyed target non-elf creature.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, he's dead.
I see.
He did.
There we go. Graveyard order is maintained.
I will play Contagion Clasp. ETBs put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. There are no eligible targets. I do have a question about Grim Return.
Yeah, this.
Choose target creature card in a graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn.
Yeah.
You were just looking at Stone. Was that the reason you were looking up here? Not for graveyard order, but for this card, CJ?
Yes.
Well, if we were interrupting you, it's not like a
go
loss,
ahead.
right?
No. So I was looking at Shunt for Ignite Disorder.
Oh, okay.
But then this card, this has to target this. Like, I have to do it.
Yeah.
Or else I'm dead. So I will.
Yeah. Which would be like, I guess, in response to
The
Contagion
madness
Clasp.
continues. It is an artifact, so I'm going to spend 4 and tap to proliferate. There is nothing to proliferate. I will Circle of Protection red.
All right, it's been long enough. Stonehorn Dignitary has an enter the battlefield effect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Target opponent skips next combat phase. SJ, skip your next combat phase.
oh, okay.
So many cards.
Circle of Protection red. I will pay the 1 to prevent all damage to you from a red source.
Yeah.
I will then play a Witch Stalker. Priority goes around. Anybody?
Did you use the effect of Circle of Protection
I
Red?
did, yes. I
Okay,
paid the
good.
1 to prevent damage from a red source. And
Choosing
then-
a source on the prevention things are like goofy, but you can use it and then there just isn't a source, right?
Right. We'll choose
Because it's an effect,
Berberigos
not a,
Enrage.
not a cause.
We got something?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay, Witch Stalker is going to come in. He has Hexproof. And when opponent casts a something or something, can you remove the thing, CJ? There you go. Blue or black spell during your turn, put a 1/1 on this fella. Any responses as I cast?
I don't think so.
All right. Then I will play this thing, Magistrate's Scepter. It has a remove 3 charge counters for Magistrate's Scepter. Take an extra turn after this one. I don't have that, but I can do the top one where I put a charge counter.
All right.
If I somehow get out of this fucking turn, I swear.
If I get through your turn, I'm gonna.
I'm going to play Heat Stabber Mosquito. Kicked. And he enters the battlefield. If it was kicked, destroy target creature. I will destroy Stonehorn Dignitary.
Change this. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, just so it's a creature, but it's a spell. But that's the target is an ability. The target is not a spell, so I can't change the target of the spell because it doesn't change the target of an ability.
You are right.
Correct.
And it destroys it. Okay.
Yes.
It's destroyed, not exiled.
Then I will play Nivix Cyclops. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, give him 3/0 until end of turn. Can attack this turn as though it didn't have defender. And I do not. You made me skip my combat phase, so I'm skipping the combat phase.
Mm-hmm.
We're out of here.
There are no targets for my attacking arrowhead volley instant, so I think I passed turn.
All right, untap upkeep.
Holy shit, I lived. What?
About to draw a card. Draw a card. SG Arcade has lost because of Circle Protection Red.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. Militus Charlatan. The controller of target instant or sorcery spell copies it. That player may choose new targets for the copy. If there's no valid source you can't use Circle, you can, because that's part of the effect, not the cost. There's a goofy thing with the choose a source and prevention effects. Like, they're not targets, they're like choices. I could look it up and someone could really actually guide me here, but I'm pretty sure you can use it even if there right now isn't a thing. Dude, trust to be bro.
Because it's one of those things where you could like name like bolt, and then if someone plays it on their turn, then you're protected from bolt, right?
I think so. I mean, this is a good check the tapes moment, actually.
Prevent all damage to you from a red source trait.
And you'd think that it works like you have to target something red that's happening right now.
It's just a red source.
Yeah.
It's not even targeted red source.
Yeah.
And so it's weird.
Yeah. So
this is something that somebody could look this up and really actually guide me with, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I would need to flick this every time because I could stop myself from getting damage from a red source.
A source doesn't need to be capable of dealing damage to be a legal source. A spell in the stack, a permanent, or any object. Oh, I think we should actually guide this one fully, right? We need to know this.
Oh, sure.
Circle of Protection Red. All right.
It's a card no one plays, sure.
So I looked it up. It says Circle of Protection Red doesn't mention target, so it doesn't care that the spell doesn't target. The next time a red source of your choice will deal damage to you, prevent that damage.
Yeah, it's a delayed trigger that you get to choose later. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense to me.
That's the one. Oh, the technicalities. All right. What have I done? This is the draw step, right? I just drew Militus Charlatan.
I
ain't telling you.
I ain't telling you.
What a charlatan. All right. Let's proceed into the main phase here.
Good luck.
What did I forget?
It's the hardest turn of Magic I've ever played in my life.
What shall be the first thing I cast here?
Yeah. Is there anything that you can only play one spell per turn?
No, my God, I wish.
You know what? The first thing I cast is going to be
meta.
Mourner's Shield. When it comes into play, you may remove target card in a graveyard from the game. It is imprinted upon Mourner's Shield. Oh, target card in a graveyard, huh? How about... Oh, let's see. You got some red cards over here. How about a red card? How about Ignite Disorder? Target card in a graveyard from the game. This is exiled and imprinted. Tap, prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn by a source of your choice that shares a color with the imprinted card. I guess I have priority. I'm going to use Mourner's Shield.
There you go.
I was going to cast something and respond, but let's not go crazy here.
Guys got responses.
Militus Charlatan. Control a target, instant sorcery spell copies it. Player may choose new targets for it.
Have fun with that.
I'll
play a Skymark Roke. Whenever it attacks, you may return target creature defending player controls a toughness 2 or less to its owner's hand.
That's saucy.
Underworld Coinsmith. Constellation. Whenever Underworld Coinsmith or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Pay 2, pay 1 life. Each opponent loses 1 life. I'll play Underworld Coinsmith. It enters the battlefield. I'll be gaining 1 life. I will immediately be paying 1 life and paying 2, so each opponent loses 1 life.
Okay.
Then I'll cast Champion of Lambeholt. Creatures, can we get rid of the pluses? How do you do that?
Yeah.
I actually know this card by like heart. Whenever another creature enters under your control, put a 1/1 on champion.
Creatures power less than Champion Lambeholt's power can't block creatures you control. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, 1/1 on it. All right. I've done that
She's
last.
a pretty great card.
Okay. Damn, I think we're done. Hades Death God. Thanks for the tier 1. I appreciate it. I attempt to pass the turn. If I forgot something in the graveyard, then you got me. 29 months? Dude, that's almost 30 months.
I think
What a trip it's been.
safe.
Do I qualify for the veteran flat discount? Sure.
Okay.
You get exactly 0% off.
None
Thanks for the support for so long. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, I was interrupting you. What were you saying?
No, you're good. It gave me a chance to catch my breath. Okay, so I have so it's my upkeep. I have an instant, but it does not have any. Shit.
Yeah, it's
I can see the spinning.
Yeah, the spinning.
The turn hasn't started. Here, let me help you out
I
there.
hit R.
There you go.
Okay. Okay.
Has your turn begun now, CJ?
Yeah, so let's say, hypothetically, my turn starts now.
All
and
right.
in that turn, I have an instant that cannot have any valid targets. So I'm not done that.
So, are you passing priority during your upkeep?
I am.
All right, I have a play. It's Underworld
Yes.
Coinsmith. I'll pay 1
Okay.
life, and each opponent loses 1 life.
Okay.
Back to the 19 that we're almost at.
Okay. Upkeep.
What world would you get people to 0
Draw.
life?
It doesn't matter. You don't.
I know,
only
but it's
lose,
just like-
but, apparently none. We played several games of this. No one got less than I think 18.
It could
or
happen.
17.
Dude, I might attack next turn. Like, this might happen.
You might. Oh, God.
Okay, I drew Triskaidekaphobia.
Nice.
It's a
Sure.
good word.
No Triskaidekalia file, but it'll do.
Okay, I will pass priority in case you have anything else you want to do.
No land in my hand. All right, everything seems good.
Okay. Let's see. I will play. Oh my god, this is the most stressful part.
Obviously, the flip a coin one. Obviously.
The coin.
Followed by Cascade.
Okay, I'm going to cast Triskaidekaphobia.
Uh-huh.
This is easy.
Mm-hmm.
Easy game. Easy game's easy. This is a game for kids.
Wait, each player with exactly 30. Oh, choose one. Okay. I was like, these two are opposites. No one has exactly 13 life. I will play Essence Sliver.
Uh-huh.
This is so scary.
You could do it, TJ.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Gambate, CJ-kun.
I will play Mortar Pod. When enters the battlefield, put a 0/0 black germ creature onto the battlefield, then attach this to it.
I'll work on
We're
it.
finding a token. at
No,
this
we got
moment.
it. We
We
got
got it.
It's loaded, and then this happens when it enters. It has 0 and +1. It has sacrifice this creature deal 1 damage to target creature or player, I will resolve that.
Mhm.
I will deal 1 damage to Champion of Lindholt.
That will resolve. She is dead.
Does the mortar pod go away?
Wait, what's all this over here? Oh, I didn't see how much was
maybe-
already
no,
over
it does
here.
not.
Apparently we got more cards in the graveyard than I thought.
Yeah, I had a lot of cards to give up. I had a board state before Circle
True.
of Protection got me.
Okay.
Imagine board states.
Then I will equip Mortar Pod. Then, when it is equipped, I will sacrifice.
Oh my
Essence
god,
Sliver.
nightmares.
Oh no,
This-
the machine gun.
This hurts my head. I will shoot Underworld Coinsmith.
All right.
Or I will deal 1 damage to it.
All right, there's
Sacrifice.
one damage counter on Underworld Coinsmith.
Okay. I will play Deny Reality.
So whenever a sliver deals damage, its controller gains that much life.
I want to check the Oracle text just in case they change that to. I guess it is. Is it dealing damage?
Yeah, because
or
it says this
It's a crit.
creature deals 1 damage to
this
target
creature.
player.
You're
Yeah.
right. So I would have gained 1 life. Pog.
All
He's
right.
pogging.
Cascade time, baby.
So I cast Deny Reality.
I no longer accept reality.
Is there any response to the casting of Deny Reality?
Yes, it is sacrificed as a cost, but it still does the damage because it says this creature deals, and whenever this sliver deals damage, its controller gains that much life. Last known information. It works that way. It's weird, but it works that way.
It sure do.
So when I cast it, I have to have. I wrote it down.
Okay.
He wrote down Cascade.
Okay, so stacks choices. So it targets. Before it is cast, I pick targets for it.
Correct.
So the target permanent that I will be targeting is Mortar Pod.
Mhm.
Okay.
Divide distribute. It is legal. Its total
And
cost.
then
Yeah, I have to actually cast it first before I can respond to the casting, and
Understood.
then I pay for it. Okay, it has been cast.
Okay.
When you cast the spell, exile cards from the top. Well, that's a tough question.
Don't overthink it.
Okay, I'm gonna cascade.
just remember the Cascade button will not work since
Yeah.
it's not your deck.
Oh fuck!
So you will need to pull it from the deck top over here.
Okay, I am cascading.
He's pogging.
Right, and now you have lost.
Yeah, that's okay. I was worried
So
about
Cascade
I
is a
thought the
triggered
shunt-
ability when you
that.
cast,
It's a trick.
and so
yeah.
you put Cascade on the stack and respond to it by shunting onto something else.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
worried. It was one of those two, and I wasn't sure how fast Cascade.
All the
happened.
coin tosses have been for losses tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cascade is it's just a big block of trigger, right? Like kind of like Storm in
Yeah.
a sense. And so there's a bunch of stuff happening, but it still uses the stack.
Well,
Oh.
Storm hurts my head too.
God.
I thought you were going
Well.
to target something of mine so that maybe I forget about Hindering Light.
Yeah, I was worried you were gonna do that.
Well, that's
And
fine.
then-
It requires me to do something, and I might lose then, right? So
Yeah, that's it's,
You have to
it's
make
like
the other players
opposite.
play. Yeah.
It's
make
the
other players
opposite
draw
of how I
cards.
want to play Matt. Like I don't want
Yeah.
to give my opponents options.
and you don't want to draw cards.
I don't want to draw cards.
Literally, drawing cards is a curse upon
Oh.
them.
But that was, even though it was the most stressful time I've had, that was a lot of fun.
That was wild.
Yeah, doesn't it give you a new look at the game Magic the Gathering to play it exactly how it is supposed to be played? And
Yeah.
consider
Next
how
card.
different that is than how people play it in reality.
Very different.
Next card wasn't scary. But it would have been the
Next
Cascade.
card, this is a fun one. Perplexing Chimera. This is a fun one. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may exchange control.
Or no, this guy was first. Is it equal to or less then?
It's less.
It must be less, not equal to.
Okay, so it would have been this guy.
Yeah.
You would have made Heywoah draw 3 cards.
Well, each player. So I equals to the and then draw.
You would discard, and then draw 3.
And then you have to figure out what the fuck Cypher does because no one can remember because it was a failed mechanic.
Well, then you may exile this card encoded on a creature you control. I don't control any creatures.
And it's a May.
Yeah, it's a May.
Big May.
Whenever that creature deals damage, its controller may cast a copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost. Yeah, this is like, I bet that's good. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Is this a game rule violation battle? Basically, yeah, Bath Lizard. This is Judge Tower. AKA, actually you just lost.
I won more than one game. Huge.
I run exactly more than one.
And everybody won at least one.
Everyone won a game.
Yeah.
So, Commander? Or...
I've got the biggest W. I lost turn 1 once.
That's what, so this format is what I was hoping would happen, kind of. Did happen, basically. Where everybody thinks they know the rules, and they know the rules pretty well, actually.
CJ,
but then they start playing Judge Tower, and the very first time, like the first player in a group who takes their first turn and draws their first card immediately loses. And then you get a whole different perspective of it. You're like, okay, let's play Judge Tower. Cool. All right, I drew a card. Main phase. Nope, actually, you have to cast that. During your draw step, you lose. Like, oh, okay. The perfect introduction to the format is you instantly losing the first time you gain priority in the entire game.
The it's like everyone's wore down as the game went on.
It's like everyone knows how to play, the meta quote unquote way to play Magic, and then when you're confronted with a bunch of grandpa cards with paragraphs of text,
like Ice Cauldron and banding. Yeah.
That Ice Cauldron was
oh my god, I'm hellish. I'm fucking reeling. I took D20 psychic damage from that card.
Yeah, and we didn't even get into Opalescence or Replenish or...
Oh god, Opalescence is this
Humility.
What's that fucking card? Everyone always memes about it. It's where you play the sub-game.
Oh, Sherazad?
Yeah, Sherazad. Is that in this?
No, it's not.
Thank God.
Because truly, the way you... Alright, I've played against Shahrazad in real life before. Years ago.
Boomer detected.
What you do is, like, the optimal play is to concede the sub-game immediately.
Yes.
So you concede the sub-game, take your 10 damage, and just move on.
Isn't it you could play cards that say play outside the game, and they could just take shit from your board and play with it, and then it's exiled for the next game or some nonsense?
At one point, before they changed the wish board rules to denote sideboard or exile, there was some wishy-washy outside the game stuff where at one point you could be like, I'm going to, in response, Cunning Wish for the Force of Will that's on the stack and hasn't resolved yet, and like put it in my hand and then try to Force of Will something, and so they kind of cleaned up what outside the game actually means.
So this is the April Fool's game we play every year now, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I can do it once a year.
Yeah. See you next April.
I gotta go to a doctor.
Alright, Judge Tower is off. And there's 2 different Humility creatures. I don't think I put them in this one.
Humility?
Yeah, so there's Humility and then Omen, or there's some like Spirit of Humility. And that card says creature cards lose all abilities and are 1/1.
And most of these cards...
It's not creatures, it's creature cards.
Whale will still play most of these cards.
But
and
what
it creates like ridiculous rules questions that have to do with layers and stuff. Like layering. And nobody knows the answer to those for the most part.
Yeah, the layers are where my, like, actually, I can keep up with the stack. It took a little bit, but you get it.
Mm-hmm.
But the layers, I feel like I very recently wrapped my head around the state-based effects. But the layers, I can't do it. I can't get it.
Yeah, it's like 3 tiers of learning Magic. You learn Magic, and then you kind of start to begin to understand the stack. And then someone's like, oh, actually, this whole other mechanics behind the game that you guys ignore every time you play it.
Actually, if you play Blood Moon, you have to sacrifice your Urza Saga. Why?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good one. The Urza Saga Blood Moon.
The
or
classic.
like, what happens if I have a Mishra's Factory and I animate it on when Blood Moon is on the stack? Like, what happens?
What
happens if a
Blood Moon
land is a? What happens if there's a land creature that has equipment on it, and then someone humilities? Is it a land anymore?
What happens if you have a creature, and someone zaps it with some card? I'm sure it exists. Turns it into a land.
Yeah,
Well,
there
Blood
is.
Moon's out. What happens then?
Well, it depends on if it says an addition. Some of them are like, most of them are like, all creatures you control are forest dryads in addition to their other types. Okay. But what about if it says lose their types and become that? A lot of these I just don't know the answer to because they never come up. But if they do, we'll just look it up. Or if it's part of some deck, then I know it. But is Time Sifter in this deck? Yes, Chalma Becker, it is. And we had to play we had to play under it for a little while.
It was hell.
It's the only card I would ban from Commander for a non-power level reason, I think, is Time Sifter.
Wow, that's the only card?
Probably. That I can think of off the top of my head. Time Sifter, you're out. And it has nothing to do with power level. It's just like, this is too annoying.
So you're cool with Sensei Divining Top?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Unless
you're here first.
Look, Sensei Divining Top should be banned if you are a bad player. If you're a good player, it's fine.
It. Yeah, banned if bad.
Yeah. Banned if bad and takes
bad.
forever. Good with shortcuts if you're a good player.
Yeah.
Just do the rule where, hey, I'm going to top at some point before my next turn, and so here's the top 3. I'll be ordering them however I want during certain players' turn, and if it ever actually matters, we'll be forced to stop, and just resolve it.
It's an interesting way to play that.
It's kind of like Sakura Tribe Elder, right? The shortcut for him in a multiplayer game is I play Sakura Tribe Elder and then search through my library for a basic land and just imprint it underneath him like an enchantment.
Oh, that's a big
And so before the end, at the end of my next opponent's turn, whenever it's about to be my turn, I'm just going to put him in the graveyard, put the land out to save time. Because you can be searching and stuff when someone else is going just to save time.
Right. And we obviously do that.
And if somebody has if someone has like sudden shock, so there's no responding, then okay, shuffle the land back in or something like that. But it's rare to come across that.
And I will say, as a guy who buys a lot of collections to then resell as singles, I've found in my travels 6 different Sensei Divining Tops. All of them were fake.
Really?
Amongst different collections. All of them were fake. I've never found a real Sensei Divining Top.
I gotta put Panglacial Worm in here and a bunch of other stuff too. Panglacial Worm is part of a really weird series of rules questions. It's a 9/5 for 7 creature - worm trample. While you're searching your library, you may play Panglacial Worm from your library.
Huh.
Here he is.
That's funny.
That's a great art.
That is wonderful art.
And so, okay, you have 7 land out, but one of them's a fetch. You crack 1 and announce Panglacial Worm. What happens?
Damn.
That is funny.
That's going in every deck.
Yeah, that's going in my Treebeard immediately.
So
the answer to that question is, of course, you can't announce it if you're not able to pay the cost. So there would be a GRV. But there was one goofy one that had to do with a chromatic sphere, which draws a card as a mana ability, and so it doesn't use the stack because it doesn't target. And so what if you try to cast, or you search your library by cracking a fetch, and you have 7 lands out, and you use Chromatic Sphere to produce your second green. So as you're searching your library, you're going to be casting Panglacial Worm. But the card that you draw off of Chromatic Sphere off the top is your only copy of Panglacial Worm. And the draw doesn't use the stack, so now you're searching and you've announced a spell that's now in your hand instead of in your deck. There's just goofy, there's weird things with it.
All of those have 25,000 cards.
All of those have like neat answers, but imagine if Quicksilver Elemental was here in Judge Tower. Did you guys use Chains of Mephistopheles? I didn't put it in, and the only reason I didn't is because no one ever really has a hand.
Yeah,
and so it just locks people out for the most part. I mean, I guess it forces everybody to mill once, right? But I should put that because Ice Cauldron is in there, so Chains of Mephistopheles should be in there just for old time's sake, right? For them to look at that fucking text box and be like, I'm looking at the Oracle now. It's time to Oracle this card.
That is mucho text, though. But I will admit that it is a testament to the rules writers that there are all these crazy card rules and all. Everything just about has an answer somewhere.
Yeah, it does have an answer. You know,
that
there is
buyback
that.
was the only thing we ran into as a.
But that was a problem
weird
with
interaction.
Judge Tower, like funny rules.
Yeah, the rules can be really complicated, or we don't know the answer, but there is an answer out there, which is nice.
Yeah,
and for the most part, it runs like a machine, and that allows them to come up with really creative, interesting rules all the time for cards.
That activated abilities, I think, caught
that was probably
at some point.
Yeah, that was like the most you lose thing was doing some activated ability before the person drew their card. It was like probably the most losses came from that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a rare spot of like, oh, I'm going to do something before you draw. Like, that's usually not an interaction you run into a lot.
Priority in the untap step? It turns out no, but you do in your draw step. Does drawing your first card in the draw step use the stack? It does not, so you have to designate which one is the Howling Mine one. So on and so forth. Anyway.